When you're sad, people say, cheer up. Stay positive. Don't let it drag you down. We treat sadness like a disease. But what if everyone's been wrong? Think about the last time you felt deeply sad. You probably replayed every detail, unable to let go. That isn't weakness. That's your brain sharpening. Lincoln wrote the Emancipation Proclamation, freeing 4 million slaves, during the worst depression of his life. Churchill fought Hitler while battling the Black Dog. Scientists tested this pattern: make people sad, test memory. Sad group, 30% sharper. By the end, you'll know the line between sadness as superpower and sadness as trap. That line could save your life. We often think sadness shuts the mind down. Brain scans show the opposite. Sadness lights up your prefrontal cortex, the problem-solving center. Your brain pulls resources from speed and pours them into precision. Researchers at the University of New South Wales tested this. Participants watched either a happy or sad film clip, then completed a memory test. Sad participants recalled 30% more details. But here's what surprised the scientists: they also detected inconsistencies, questioned sources, and caught fake images, fake testimonials, and manipulated data the happy group missed. Happiness made people trusting, sadness made them skeptical, and that skepticism prevented serious errors. Think of sadness like a microscope. Happiness is wide-angle, bright, panoramic, blurry on details. Sadness narrows the field, but focus can save you. Which mode matters most when signing contracts, choosing who to trust, or recalling exactly what someone said before they gaslight you? Happiness gets you scammed. Sadness keeps you alive. Psychologist Jonathan Rottenberg documented his own PhD experience at Stanford. During his worst emotional year, he tracked everything: work output, sleep, thesis progress. His brain refused sloppy thinking. He finished his dissertation 6 months early, while in emotional turmoil. But there's a cost: tunnel vision. Sad people solve problems brilliantly but miss the big picture. One researcher called it the precision trap: write about trees, blind to the forest. A sad person might catch every typo in a contract but miss that the entire deal is a scam. Now pause. When you were last sad, what hit you hardest? A. Replaying conversations. B. Noticing tiny details. Or C. Questioning everything? Comment your choice. It might predict how sadness helps or hurts you. At the University of New South Wales, psychologist Joseph Forgas ran a deceptively simple test. He handed fake shopping receipts to customers, receipts for items they'd never bought. The question: who would catch the scam? Happy people? Barely 22% noticed. Sad people? They caught the error 67% of the time, 3 times more accurate. And Forgas noticed something darker: happy participants weren't just careless. They were confident in their mistakes. The same effect showed up in a 2013 UC Berkeley study. Participants watched a mock crime video, then had their mood manipulated. Happy witnesses misremembered clothing nearly 40% of the time, confused who held the weapon, even fabricated dialogue. Sad witnesses hit 89% accuracy on physical details. Their memories resisted suggestion. Why would evolution build this? Picture your ancestor returning to camp to find half the food missing. 2 people were alone with it. One smiles and tells a story. The other avoids eye contact. Which signal do you trust? Happiness pulls you toward the smile. Sadness makes you notice the eyes. When one mistake meant death, sadness kept you alive. Quick test: think about the last big decision you made while happy. Did you do deep research, or trust your gut? If you're cringing right now, that's the happiness trap. But sadness has its cost. A sad CEO might reject a partnership over 3 typos, missing that the deal could save the company. Sadness spots trees. Happiness sees landscapes. Neither is complete. And the stakes are real. Sign a mortgage while happy? You might miss the $40,000 prepayment penalty buried in the fine print. Hire someone while happy? You might overlook the 3-second hesitation when they describe their degree, only to discover it's fake. Sadness isn't pleasant, but in high-stakes moments, it's protective armor. In 2019, Elizabeth Holmes convinced investors to pour $700 million into Theranos, technology that didn't work. Her secret weapon? She smiled constantly, projected unshakable confidence, never showed doubt. Investors later admitted they ignored red flags because her optimism felt good. One board member confessed, "We wanted to believe her. Happiness blinded them. A little sadness, a little skepticism, could have saved millions." At Yale in 2017, Dr. June Gruber tested 89 managers with a 12-page vendor contract full of traps, liability clauses, hidden fees, automatic renewals. Happy managers skimmed in 18 minutes and missed 62% of risks. Sad managers? Slower, 26 minutes, but they caught 84%. In business, slow and right beats fast and wrong. In 2016, Columbia's Dr. Maya Tamir asked 124 students to write persuasive essays on controversial topics. Judges scored them blind. Sad students averaged 3.2 evidence citations per paragraph versus 1.7 for happy ones. Logical structure was 18% sharper. The verdict? Happy writers were passionate. Sad writers were convincing. But here's the trap: sadness is useful for hours or days, not weeks. Psychologists use the 2-week rule. If sadness lasts 14 days straight, it's not sharpening, it's depression. Warning signs? Can't get out of bed. Feel worthless. Avoid people you love. That's not a tool. That's a malfunction, and it needs help, not optimization. A 2023 Stanford study of 10,000 Instagram posts found happy content got 67% more engagement than sadness. Why? The algorithm boosts what keeps you scrolling. Sadness makes people stop. Result: sadness gets filtered out, and so does the skepticism that protects us from scams, false promises, and manipulation. Try it. Scroll your feed for 5 minutes tonight. Count authentic sadness. If it's 0, comment 0. If it's 3 or more, comment real. Because here's what researchers fear most: we're not just hiding sadness, we're medicating it away. And what happens when a whole generation loses access to sadness? That may be the most dangerous psychological experiment in human history. Psychologist Joseph Forgas has spent decades studying how sadness reshapes cognition. His research on analytical rumination shows that mild sadness narrows attention, reduces bias, and forces the brain into precision mode. But here's the paradox: modern culture pathologizes sadness. Schools often flag students for intervention if they appear persistently sad, even when their grades are high. Workplaces, especially in tech, openly reward positivity in reviews, treating caution or doubt as a liability. The danger? We risk discarding sadness at the exact moment it protects us. Think of it this way: the skeptics who question Cannon's logic, the few investors who doubted Elizabeth Holmes, the journalists who uncovered FTX, they weren't optimists. They were using the same cognitive mode sadness unlocks: vigilance, doubt, and careful scrutiny. So here's your challenge: for 7 days, keep a sadness log. Each time you feel low, write down 3 things. 1. The decision you made, big or small. 2. Whether sadness sharpened it or clouded it. 3. How the same decision might have gone if you were happy. At the end of the week, compare your sad decisions to your happy decisions. Do you see sharper caution under sadness? Or are you falling into rumination traps? But one critical boundary: sadness is useful only when it passes. If your sadness deepens, lasts more than 2 weeks, or makes daily life unbearable, this is no longer a superpower. That's depression, and it needs professional help. If that's you, don't do this experiment alone. Talk to someone you trust, or reach out to a licensed therapist or hotline in your country. By the end, you won't just know whether sadness is friend or enemy, you'll know exactly where the line lies between superpower and trap.